Have you ever wondered how the simple act of talking to yourself can transform your life? Imagine a world where every thought you have about yourself is a positive affirmation. How would your days change if you believed in your own worth and capabilities? This story takes us to the serene landscapes of ancient Japan, where the wisdom of Buddhist teachings guides us on a journey of self-discovery and transformation through the power of positive self-talk. In the tranquil mountains of Japan, nestled among ancient cherry blossoms and serene temples, lived a young monk named Haruto. Haruto was diligent and devoted, yet often plagued by self-doubt. He would frequently think, "I am not good enough," or "I will never master these teachings." Every morning, Haruto would join his fellow monks in meditation. But while others seemed to find peace, Haruto's mind was a storm of negative thoughts. He felt trapped, unable to break free from the cycle of self-criticism. Despite his dedication, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was failing. One day, while sweeping the temple grounds, Haruto noticed an elderly monk, Master Jiro, observing him. Master Jiro was known for his wisdom and kindness, and his presence alone seemed to bring a sense of calm to those around him. "Haruto," Master Jiro said gently, "I see a shadow over your heart. Tell me, what troubles you?" Haruto hesitated, but then the words poured out. "Master, no matter how hard I try, I cannot silence the voice inside that tells me I am not worthy. I feel as though I will never be good enough." Master Jiro nodded, his eyes filled with understanding. The mind can be a relentless critic. But remember, Haruto, the mind can also be a compassionate teacher. Come, let me share with you a story that might help. Master Jiro led Haruto to a secluded bamboo grove behind the temple. The tall stalks swayed gently in the breeze, creating a soothing rustle. They sat down on a wooden bench, and Master Jiro began his tale. Many years ago, in a village not far from here, lived a young woman named Aiko. Aiko was known for her kindness and generosity, but she often felt overwhelmed by feelings of inadequacy. She believed she was not smart enough, not pretty enough, and not talented enough. Her days were filled with doubt and self-criticism. One day, Aiko decided to visit a wise old monk who lived in a nearby monastery. She hoped he could help her find peace. The monk listened to her troubles and then handed her a small mirror. "Look into this mirror," he said, "and tell me what you see." Aiko gazed at her reflection and sighed. "I see someone who is not good enough," she whispered. The monk smiled gently. "Every day for the next month, I want you to speak to your reflection as if you were speaking to your best friend. Tell yourself the things you would tell someone you love and care about deeply." Aiko was skeptical, but she agreed to try. Each morning and evening, she looked into the mirror and said, "You are kind. You are worthy. You are enough just as you are." At first it felt strange and uncomfortable, but slowly she began to notice a shift. Her thoughts became less harsh and her self-doubt started to fade. By the end of the month, Aiko felt a profound change within her. She no longer saw herself as inadequate. She saw herself as someone deserving of love and kindness. Master Jiro paused, letting the story sink in. "Haruto, the words we speak to ourselves have immense power. Like Aiko, you can transform your life by changing your self-talk. Will you try?" Haruto nodded, feeling a spark of hope ignite within him. That night, Haruto stood before the small mirror in his quarters. He took a deep breath and gazed at his reflection. His eyes, filled with uncertainty, stared back at him. "I am worthy," he whispered, his voice trembling. "I am enough just as I am." The words felt foreign, almost like a lie, but Haruto persisted. Every morning and evening, he repeated the affirmations, even when doubt gnawed at him. Slowly, he began to notice subtle changes. His meditation sessions became more focused, and the storm of negative thoughts started to calm. Days turned into weeks, and Haruto continued his practice. He found himself more present, more compassionate towards himself. The once harsh critic within his mind transformed into a gentle guide, reminding him of his strengths and worth. One day, while meditating under the cherry blossoms, Haruto experienced a moment of profound clarity. He realized that the power to change his life had always been within him. By choosing to speak kindly to himself, he'd unlocked a reservoir of inner strength and peace. Haruto's transformation did not go unnoticed. His fellow monks observed the change in him and were inspired by his journey. They too began to practice positive self-talk, and the entire temple community felt the impact. The atmosphere became lighter, more harmonious, as everyone embraced the power of kind words and thoughts. One evening, as the monks gathered for their nightly meditation, Master Jiro addressed them. "Each of you has witnessed Haruto's journey, Let his story be a reminder that the way we speak to ourselves shapes our reality. By nurturing positive self-talk, we cultivate a mind that is a friend, not a foe. The monks nodded in agreement, their hearts filled with a newfound sense of purpose and understanding. Years passed, and Haruto grew into a wise and compassionate teacher. He traveled to nearby villages, sharing his story and the teachings of positive self-talk with others. People from all walks of life found solace and strength in his words. One day, Haruto visited the same village where Aiko had lived. He met an elderly woman with a warm smile and kind eyes. She introduced herself as Aiko and expressed her gratitude for his teachings. "I see the wisdom of the mirror has traveled far," Aiko said, her voice filled with emotion. "Your story is a testament to the power of self-love and compassion." Haruto smiled, feeling a deep connection with the woman who had inspired his journey. "Your story changed my life, Aiko. Together we have shown that transformation begins within." As they sat together, sharing stories and reflections, Haruto realized that his journey had come full circle. He had found peace and purpose through the simple yet profound practice of positive self-talk. And in doing so, he had touched the lives of countless others, spreading the message of self-compassion and inner strength. Haruto's story reminds us that the way we speak to ourselves can transform our lives. By nurturing positive self-talk, we can break free from the chains of self-doubt and discover our true potential. Just like Haruto and Aiko, we all have the power to become our own greatest allies, cultivating a mind that is kind, compassionate, and supportive. So the next time you look in the mirror, remember to speak to yourself with love and kindness. Embrace the power of positive self-talk and watch as it transforms your life one word at a time. This story of Haruto's journey from self-doubt to self-compassion through the practice of positive self-talk illustrates the profound impact our thoughts and words can have on our lives. By embracing Buddhist teachings and applying them to our inner dialogue, we can create a life filled with peace, strength, and self-love.